a bit for Anna De Beer, but I love that decision.
CC Crawford goes back to serve and couldn't dig that up. Orlando sides out immediately.
A big part of Pro Volleyball Federation is the attacks from the back row, because you've got all of these six practice. Side two, when she wasn't a starter, she was killing them in practice, so he gave her a chance, and she's excelled from there.
39 kills over the last 3 matches on a .250 hitting percentage for Carly Scott. Vander Weide off speed over the block. Off 1 foot, there's Natalie Foster. You know, Madison, we haven't seen Natalie Foster on the slide as much as we've seen Kaz Brown, but that was pretty good.
And it's really important to have that slide attack in your arsenal because it's stressing the block. The block is rushing to get there. They're not set. So big advantage when need be.
7-6 Indy. Tied up. Natalie Foster in front of the center. That's usually where we've seen her. They'll set her right through the middle, and it's Kaz they send on 1 foot. She's been effective both ways.
And in system, it is such a good idea to run.
As many as 31 kills in a match this season. That set a Pro Volleyball Federation record. It was a 5-set loss to Omaha at home. So the longer this match goes, perhaps Teeler can threaten her own record, or perhaps Brittany Abercrombie can as well.
Watch Brittany Abercrombie avoid
serve even more aggressively.
You love that from your coach. You love a green light.
Out of the middle, there's Kaz Brown.
Last matchup, Kaz Brown led the team with 11 kills.
She's something that Orlando has been happy about. They haven't been very happy about the consistency from set to set, but they feel like the middles are starting to hit their stride. There's Brown again.
Kaz Brown is so physical. When she attacks that ball, she's contacting it so high and really swinging through. They're dropping the thumb, and she passed that ball too. So I love the fact that Shampoo rewarded her.
Back and forth. Shampoo falling to the ground, was able to put enough on that
out
ball.
Of any player, and it shows.
Abercrombie. How about that sharp angle?
Instead of the 4-4 that you see for outsides, that's a 2-2. Beautiful and sharp. And she's a lefty. That block is split open. She's got the gap, and she drills it.
Quality first set of volleyball. Teeler, what a stab there by Vander Weide. And Brittany Abercrombie, the beneficiary, pushes Orlando in front. Timeout by the Ignite. Orlando serve once more. 4-time All-American at Louisville, drafted 2nd overall. Vander Weide, one of a number of Oregon Ducks in the Pro Volleyball Federation, and she has made a splash this year with Orlando.
And Kaz Brown is pulling that middle blocker, CC Crawford, with her. Shampoo runs.
Katie Baird back to serve. They're targeting Lindsay Vander Weide often. Did so early. Here they go once again. Vander Weide gets the set from Shampoo. Off the D-ball, Abercrombie, dug by Baird. Kelly called her own number, picked up by Abercrombie. Out of system, Vander Weide does what she can with it. Baird on the deck, keeps it alive. Good luck stopping that. A crowd pleaser from Kaz.
What a way to finish a rally. So much strength in that slide attack off of 1 foot, one-on-one situation, and then she cuts it off at the perfect time. You have to swing quick on that slide attack.
Toward the top of Orlando's pecking order in terms of players that they wanted to bring into Addition Financial Arena this season. Abercrombie. Here is Vander Weide. Right through the block and down.
It is not easy to beat Elena Scott when Elena Scott is in that left back position. But Lindsay Vander Weide has such a sharp swing. It's a wrist away swing. Coach Amy Pauley also told us that she's lived up to every single role what Baird needs and being able to give it to her quickly.
On the cross, there's Courtney Schwann.
And that's why you can't get too comfortable against Courtney Schwann. She's got it all right there, going 4-4, wrist away. Good pass by Kaz Brown, keeping the play insistent. And that was a rare misconnection and miss from Courtney Schwann. Up until this point, she has had no errors, and she's hitting over 600.
Scott targets Vanderweide on the cross serve. Speaking of cross, Brittany Abercrombie goes 2-2 once again.
It's beautiful, it's so wristy. She contacts that ball so high, and it's so sharp, just out of reach of Sydney Hilley. Exactly, Coach George Pageant told me that that's what they're working on when she's 7 or 8 feet off the net, going for those high hands.
Brittany Abercrombie. Boy, I think we mentioned it earlier, Madison, 2 of the best setters in the league. And when you have 2 setters who can spread the ball around, perhaps unsurprising, we've got 2 of the most offensive right side. Abercrombie, well-placed ball inside the back corner.
Beautiful to that deep area 1 zone on the court. So much power and strength behind that swing.
2-point lead for Orlando. It has been a wacky third set. Taylor gets the set off the right. Nice pickup by Yosia. Abercrombie dropped it inside the back line. Set points coming for Orlando. How about the placement on those last 2 swings?
And this is why it's difficult to play defense against her, because let's say the block sets up a little bit more in the angle because she just hit to air.
Kaz Brown serves once more. Taylor. Nice pass by Schwann. And when you get first ball contact like that, keep in mind, folks, no libero on the floor for Orlando. Boy, what a job that was.
If you're a defender, you just got to watch the way Courtney Schwann, angles that she takes with her platform is keeping them in system.
Crawford. Vanderweide. Oh my goodness. What an angle.
4-4 indeed. The block is up and pressed, but more so on the line. Still setting up in the angle though, but Lindsay Vanderweide finds a way with how sharp these angles are to.
5-time All Big Ten between her career at Ohio State and finishing up at Minnesota Murr number 6. And speaking of number 6, Brittany Abercrombie, the USC Trojan who's cut her teeth all over the globe playing international volleyball, has made the most of her impact, her both franchise record and a PVF career high for Hilley, who set for Omaha a season ago. Good defense by the Ignite, a collision by Taylor and Sydney Hilley. Abercrombie found that back corner, dropped it right inside of Carly Scott. Boy, the Ignite were scrambling and running into each other.
Takes something off of it, goes for the tip, and the defense has to respect the hard driven from her.
Something we noticed in some of the commercial breaks, Shampoo was receiving a lot of tape treatment while Melanie Schaffmaster was in. You can see some of it there as she runs in to set Abercrombie once again. This is no disrespect to Melanie Schaffmaster, but she is new and the connections are developing. If Shampoo was in any physical way ready
something
to do
off of it, goes for the tip, and the defense has to respect the hard driven from her.
Something we noticed in some of the commercial breaks, Shampoo was receiving a lot of tape treatment while Melanie Schaffmaster was in. You can see some of it there as she runs in to set Abercrombie. Out of the middle, there's Martin. Dug by Shampoo. Orlando's out of system. Abercrombie goes off speed. Picked up by Alana Scott. Taylor picked up by Shampoo again. Orlando remains out of system to no avail. What a swing by Courtney Schwann.
And this is exactly what the Valkyries need. You need to win some points in transition. You need to win some points defensively, and you got to go on a run now. That was a really good start. Now they're down by 3.
Was Kelsey Payne. Payne into the lineup about 3 weeks ago. Has been terrific on that right side for the Supernovas as she chases that down, keeps it alive. Cooper sends it over. Schaffmaster runs the quick in the middle. Cooper could not handle, and a kill for the Valkyries.
Schaffmaster is a setter that likes to take risks. She's going to look to set that middle. She's not afraid to fire it in there, especially in transition. You see good pass, both teams really hitting the floor to make those plays defensively.
Cooper with the swing. Abercrombie got the touch on the block. Abercrombie won't wow you with her speed of the swing, but she is so good at placing shots and being crafty at the net.
Her hand contact on the ball is phenomenal. Over pushed in the middle court, which allows her to get the tool on the ball.
Line Schwann with the kill. That time goes outside the block. Valkyries in control here early.
They're outside off the middle.
Good pass in system and put away by Abercrombie.
Serving number 13, Natalie Foster.
And Foster with the ace. And another ace by Foster. That's exactly what they did to Nebraska, was just sweeps over the Supernovas. Omaha did return the favor the last time they played in a four-setter. Omaha won it. But so much of this game...
Those outsides are looking to come and attack a setter and try to attack down the line. She presents a really big block and got it that time.
Valkyries come out in set one and run over the Supernovas, 25. Another one from off the net. Good back row swing, Abercrombie with another kill.
Abercrombie coming out of the...
And again, a kill by Vander Weyden.
Saw Horde trying to get out there and close, and it took advantage. She hits that with such power. Horde's hands aren't over the net, so she's making her move out, trying to get out to her. So it had to be an out-of-system ball, and then that allowed Horde that time. Wasn't late getting out there. She was able to get out, seal the block.
Another kill by Abercrombie.
Schaffmaster knows where Abercrombie is at all times on the court. She's always attacked that ball down the line.
Good run in the middle. Great set by Schaffmaster. Foster put it away, and now Foster back to
block a little bit, allow them to hit that into that seam.
Kaz out of Waterloo, Iowa, not far from here in Omaha. Played for Craig Skinner at Kentucky. And another point there for the Valkyries.
Abercrombie again out of the back row. Schaffmaster's putting a nice tempo ball. It's still quick tempo. It's not a high ball, so it's tough for Horde.
Is Nora Sis from right here in the Omaha area, from Papillion, Nebraska. Played collegiately, obviously, for the Creighton Blue Jays. And here's Sis with the swing. Got the kill.
Skill by Nora Sis.
Schaffmaster's going at her right away, not giving her much.
Sis inside the block again. And Nora Sis, who is a four-time All-Big East performer, with another kill.
Nice pass to attack. The Supernova's forcing her back to pass. She gets up there, still waits.
Abercrombie fires away. Deep corner, what a shot.
You had to think she was probably going to get set out of this timeout.
Good pass by Sis. Oh, what a swing there by Grote. Lydia Grote, who played at Minnesota after she played at Cal.
Making that.
Off the foot, none of them kept it alive. Double was in the same motion, but Sis off the block of Payne One up with the foot by Nunaviller.
But great crossing play.
Right back to Bathurst. Drowser, Bathurst, right along the net. Off the block into the antenna point for the Valkyries.
Valkyries were really gritty there defensively. Came up with a big dig.
Jim doesn't know what's going on. I'm not sure I want this beside me. Sis with the kill. 6 swings, 5 kills for Sis in this set.
Good repeat here, nice tempo, beat the middle block. Sis hitting deep into the left back corner. It's such a tough ball for the defense to defend. The ball was pushed in the middle of the court. A lot of times you think as the setter's moving forward, she's run out of room to dump it, and that time she just took it right behind her head.
Can you consider that a pineapple or no?
No, pineapple's deep in the corner.
It's got to be.
Yeah.
See? All right. We just don't see a lot of them, so.
Yeah.
You know.
I know.
Good up by Payne. Kept it alive. Run the middle this time. Good swing. Nice kill by Foster. Their 7th match of 8. Along with the Vibe, they've been the hottest team in the PVF. Nunaviller with the slip, regathers, tips it over. Lydia Grote with the swing, and Grote has been impressive off the bench.
Grote can hit it almost like a left-hand attacker sharp angle that she picks it there. She's a right-hand attacker, but she really can cut that ball sharp to the right backside. Gets her feet there, keeps it high.
They went to the 6-2 midway through the third. Grote with 4 kills and only running through the front. Been efficient. Grote again.
That time even sharper. That sets off the net and wide, and she, great placement keeping it in. You see she really turns and rotates her body to face that sharp angle.
Payne. Schwann ate it up. Right back to Payne again. Bump set. Good job by Witten on the cover, but sent right back over by the Valkyries. Foster.
Schwann in the back row for
transferring to Creighton. Finish her college career with the Blue Jays. And Sis goes down the line.
Yeah, open net there, a little miscommunication there on the block.
Look around the league. Absolutely essential in Paige Briggs-Romine. Her first swing rattled back at her. One area where Orlando would really like to improve is block scoring. Nice play by Kaz Brown. Dug by Vanderweide. And Abercrombie again. Challenge in or out. That is done electronically. And nice play.
I love when setters do that. They're chasing.
Of course you do.
Of course I do. But they're trying to chase, get their feet to the ball so they can run the offense. So the blocker on the other, Bastianelli on the right side.
Orlando averages just 2.1 blocks per set. On the other side, Grand Rapids averages 3.1. That's a big differentiation. And that doesn't include all the block touches and deflections and slows.
No, it doesn't. Lindsay Vanderweide took a really nice rip
emotionally for these young athletes, but you got to do that. Here's Bastianelli having a very nice season. Second in the league to only Caitlin Horde of Atlanta in terms of total blocks. Vanderweide. Oh, that's a really good rip. Lindsay Vanderweide into the starting lineup.
Orlando's very offensive-minded. She runs a quick offense, and her location is consistent.
Schneider third in the league in aces, and Ogilvy. Elena Ogilvy, libero jersey. What makes her special?
She's just very confident in her position. She's balanced, has great.
Nice reaction by Ogilvy. Boy, both teams getting a lot of hands on some of these attacks. There were hands there, yes, by Bastianelli, but you can't stop Natalie Foster that long. But Atlanta, 9 wins in a row. And they've just added Micaiah White to their lineup as well. Abercrombie again, another really good touch. Read by Ogilvy, but Raske could not follow on.
At practice on a non-jump day, which just blows my mind.
Yeah, Murphy was having, and I told her so. I just really feel for it, having an outstanding year. That's been a really big adjustment for Orlando, as you pointed out, before first serve.
How about Shampoo, the setter for Orlando Valkyries? We've seen her get really aggressive, calling her own number. Very sneaky and good at the skill. You have to, as a blocker.
She's had a busy and very productive 6 months of professional volleyball. She won Athletes Unlimited in the fall. That's more of an individual competition. That's a good set. Snyder with a good read. Kaz Brown, and got it right on the sideline, and it's hard away from Ogilvy. Ogilvy was there.
Back in a little bit, possibly for a tip. She steps into the court, and then Kaz Brown catches her wide.
Kaz Brown, very good player. She's been missed this year. What a tough serve. Foster again. Ace. Foster gives way to one of the two liberos, Shannon Scully, on now. She will play in reception. Nalani Osea will play in defense when Orlando is serving. Got to have this. Paige Bromine well off the net. Vendawida away from Otek.
Defense, Orlando's digging some balls with control, giving themselves opportunities to win the rally. This time to Abercrombie, to Vanderweide out of the back row. Beautiful kills.
Scully on to receive, and Abercrombie, the one time she hits off the left side with another kill.
Brittany Abercrombie uses the entire court, and as a left-handed player, it's so tough to defend. This ball pushed out to the left pin, gets by. Was not that sneaky. I wish
you weren't
I was more sneaky. I wish I could rewind and do that.
Not really winding tonight so far. Nicely done out of the middle by Natalie Foster, the 6'4" rookie. 14th pick overall out of SMU. Had 64 aces last year for SMU, and still has her share of the $1 million last year.
No, spent quickly.
I agree. A rare dig miss for Elena Ogilvy. Usually that's popped up right to the 3-meter line.
But some can be.
Foster, yeah, it's the little things. It's like when you're out of system, make sure you get the ball first contact on the opposing setter. You tip the middle blocker.
We talk about the length and talent of Natalie Foster, the rookie out of SMU. One of the best blockers in the PVF. Read it perfectly.
Schwann going off speed, reset the point. Holthouse again. Nice dig by Vanderweide. A really good read. Into the middle of Bastianelli, dug by Shampoo. First contact by the setter. Jensen having to step in. Smart play by Orlando. Long rally, not really good transition setting right now. Some tough chances. Schwann again, no. Abercrombie found a small hole.
Long rally. Neither team had a good look until that one. This ball set tight in transition. Shampoo to Abercrombie, but Bastianelli.
6 swing for Bastianelli. Alyssa Jensen has taken 3 swings so far. Double sub on the floor. And that's the shot. Whisked away. Had won 9 in a row, set a new record that has since been tied by Atlanta. But they've lost 5 out of their last 6 and have undergone some big changes. Vanderweide!
Lindsay Vanderweide loves to take big rips on the ball for Orlando. This is a really nice transition ball. Shaft master on the blizzard.
Again?
Yes.
Well, as long as it doesn't happen when we're there. Not to be selfish, just underway here. And Brittany Abercrombie. Abercrombie got a lot of opportunities, kind of went off in the opening set. Did she slow down, or did Grand Rapids do an exceptional job of getting hands in front?
I thought it was Grand Rapids. I mean, that ball in this gap, really nice.
Oh, beautiful set by Shampoo that time to save the opportunity for Kaz Brown.
Shampoo really working hard to get her middles involved more. That's really
7% positive. We talked about kind of a glue player like Courtney Schwann is for Orlando. Pia Timmer is for Atlanta. That ball's still alive. And right back to Kaz Brown. Why not? Number 11 in white. Real leader on this team, Holly.
Pinball defense for Grand Rapids, but then you go to Kaz Brown. Kaz Brown kills the ball and then struts back to that back line, just giving your team so much
Hitting
energy.
efficiency by set. It's been a roller coaster ride for Orlando. Schwann looking high hands and used all of the court that time.
Courtney Schwann, high volleyball IQ out of the University of Washington, just deep to the cross court where there's no defender. Alyssa Jensen does really nice work to close that seam.
Jensen saw her. There's no question
She
about
did.
that. And Natalie Foster on the gap from Shampoo. Ace servers in this match. Carly Snyder had 6 earlier this year, and we were here when Natalie Foster had 6 as well. And there's another. There is nothing you can do about that one.
High contact point, lots of pace, and on that sharp angle.
Double sub back on with Rasky and Robinson. Kaz Brown doing some work that time. What a good battle between she and Bastianelli.
So fun to watch great middles go to work both offensively and
Snyder high up into the block, but stuffed. Shampoo along with Foster.
Shampoo made sure she was over the net quickly as a blocker, and that's what you need to do. Press your hands, be
It's
disciplined.
taken 29 swings to get there, where she'd like to heat it up from the service line. That's where Van de Weide has got to really step up in reception compared to Adora and I, and that one was really, really good. Perfect pass by Scully, one-on-one. Wonderful recovery that time by Bastianelli. She was out of the play. Abercrombie, and loves that tip, is so good at locating.
The reason that tip works,
I mean, what are you doing there?
she is fiery.
Good set, really good set that time by Shampoo. How many times does Brittany Abercrombie get to hit against an open net?
We talk about accuracy, location. Shampoo loves to push pace, but the location of her set, I would call that a juicy one. Can't get up again because she's up with the middle as well.
Back to Abercrombie again, who's using the whole, not quite 900 square feet.
3 kills in a row for Brittany Abercrombie.
Oh, that is so good. Horn good part. Goes by Shampoo, and what a delivery.
Shampoo is a magician, so good. Magical hands, gets all the way to that ball on the left side of the court.
Kaz Brown again, aggressive setting by Shampoo. How hard is it for a player like Kaz Brown, offense, defense, and back to get into attack mode?
It's so hard, but Kaz Brown does the work. Look at her get off to...
Grand Rapids hitting 231 to 240 for Kaz Brown, racking up the kills here in the 4th set. Technical timeout number 1.
When you've got a player like Kaz Brown, emotional leader, give her the ball, feed her, and then look at her share the love. To do it, you could not read where it was going, and it's coming fast.
The floater with pace, I like that. Shampoo really working the middle in this fourth set.
And why not? Kaz Brown and Natalie Foster. Big liver, that's all it takes.
Wow, wow. Once again to the middle, and that'll get to the floor. Foster again. Now 6 of 14, no errors.
I still think that set can be a little bit higher than Natalie Foster, but she's able to get her arm through that ball. During the passing rotation, she can do that. She was a left side attacker in Germany.
10 of 33, now is Holthouse, a recent addition. And again, back to the middle. What's the decision-making process now for Shampoo?
Well, I like what Shampoo did with her body. It looked completely like she was going to go back step. Look, she does a little turn.
What a good block. Shampoo, one-on-one.
As a setter, you want to isolate your hitters one-on-one if you can. The advantage always to the hitter. But watch this one. Rasky gets Paige Briggs-Romine one-on-one, but Shampoo makes a fantastic defensive.
Last day of the regular season. Van de Weyde loves to turn the ball off the end blocker.
9th kill for Lindsay Van der Weyde.
As they build momentum towards the playoffs. Van de Weyde, one-on-one. That's the set she likes inside.
The reason this play works is Shampoo delays her delivery, holds the ball a little bit more. She's already established Natalie Foster, so Alyssa, that isolates Van der Weyde.
Match point number 1. Good blocking night for Orlando. Schwan will just keep that ball in play with a big advantage. First of 9 potential match points. Good cover by Shampoo. Abercrombie for the win, not yet. Dug by Yosia. Schwan looking for hands. And gets the ball, not yet. Crowd thought it was over. Shampoo hustling. Still alive. Natalie Foster's laughing in the middle. Crazy point. And that'll do it. Missed out of bounds.
Wow.
What a final point.
Incredible.
Starting because she's the best blocker on this Atlanta Vibe team. That defensive presence up at the net, physical blocker.
Off the right side for Orlando. Abercrombie dug out of play by White. So number 6 in that dark blue for Orlando. We talked about her in the open. She's one to highlight. She is on the board early.
Coach Amy Pauley said that Abercrombie is going to be the X factor in this match, doing a great job of finding the seam in that
Coming
block.
off a double-double against San Diego on the road. 15 kills, 14 digs as Natalie Foster off 1 foot puts that ball away. She has been, yes, impressive serving, Kelly, but she's been very offensive too.
Doing a great job going behind the setter on that slide play. That's a tough play to defend.
Teams has a chance. With a win, they could be in to Las Vegas in about 4 weeks' time. They're playing like it too, trading haymakers early.
The Valkyries are doing a really nice job on serve receive, being in system, and it's allowed them to run their middles. Both Brown and Foster still so raw, but she plays so high.
Certainly does, as Courtney Schwan goes back to serve. Aiko Jones, what a swing off the right. Abercrombie counters with one of her own, high off the block and out.
I just love that decision by Shampoo in transition to set that D-ball to Abercrombie, and she does such a nice job locating that ball before that block can close.
Nani Yosia, number 18, defensively, as Corey Lewis goes back to serve once more. There's a kill out of the middle for Kaz Brown, number 11. And Kelly, just watching each of these teams operate, it feels like we are calling a lot of different names. They are spreading the ball around well.
Yeah, and that's what both of these teams do so well, is they both have you blocking and touching balls defensively.
We'll see if Orlando can get some quality block touches here at the net. That is a tremendous swing from Lindsay Vanderweide. Oh boy, Orlando can hit some angles.
And that's an area, frankly, that's been open on the court, is this sharp cross angle. We've seen it from Vanderweide there, but we also saw it.
As you bring in the possibility for error. Taylor Head, speaking of serving, checks into serve for the vibe. There's another kill off the right for guess who? Brittany Abercrombie once again.
Abercrombie going a little bit, taking some pace off that ball there and just finding the little donut in the defender with that ball coming at you.
This time she serves Timmer. Monserrat calls her own number. She is one of the more offensive setters you'll see in this league. Edmonds attacks the out of system. Abercrombie has been the hot hand for Orlando early. An out of system for Jones off the right. Shampoo with the bump to Schwann. And here comes Orlando.
And the difference since that last...
Mia Tuaninga steps in, has earned a number of starts at the setter role this season for Atlanta. That serve was handled tremendously well by the Valkyries, and Schwann the beneficiary at the pin.
Well, some outsides, when you get targeted on the serve, it throws off your rhythm. Not Courtney Schwann. She's coming from that back row. She's passing error from Edmond.
And so Schwann goes back to serve. Collision between Edmond and Anna Dixon. Opportunity again for Orlando, and Kaz Brown makes the most of it. We are tied at 24.
I love the decision from Shampoo to go back to Kaz Brown. A little bit of a misconnection a couple of points ago, had mistimed her jump, went right back to that slide play, and she's that energy player for Orlando.
Had an ace in set one. Did Kaz, the only ace for this Orlando team. And Monserrat calls her own number. Orlando keeps it off the floor. Quick twitch once again by Foster. Vanderweide lobbies for the touch call. She'll get it. And Orlando wins a hectic and chaotic point.
Just going for it. She's got the green light at all times.
Rightfully so. Iko Jones serves for Atlanta, and there we go. Abercrombie off the right gets a couple of swings in a three-point stretch, and she puts two of them away.
Abercrombie, this is the definition of a dunk. Edmond trying to dive in there.
They've established Vanderweide, showing a little bit more of Abercrombie. Feels like Orlando's gaining some traction here, trimming the lead to one. And Kaz Brown has been a fixture in that equation.
And if it's worked, just keep going to it. Kaz Brown, that slide play working to perfection. Sneak it through.
Atlanta leads once again off the slide. There's Kaz Brown yet again. Atlanta cannot stop her.
Even with a double block.
Yeah.
And Brown's making really great
attempts that have also been eye-popping for Atlanta. Monserrat serves. Vanderweide has quietly been very efficient. That is kill number 5 on 10 swings for Lindsay.
Vanderweide doing a really nice job on that swing of finding the low seam in that block. Had it closed all the way and just
resulted in an ace. See what she can do here, trailing by 3. How about another one?
You called it. This is about all you could hope for if you're Orlando. Nat Foster at the service line right now, best server in the PVF, targeting Leah Edmond, as we've seen all night. And again, that ball just comes in like you're throwing it.
It's great to see her stay in. Hey, there's Kaz Brown with the block. That's big news for Orlando. They can keep that block going at the net.
Really great read by Kaz Brown, mirroring Corey Lewis, up and ready.